It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. Got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Raiders and the Cardinals, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, Carter, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or two deep, here comes. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Boy, CD, what a way to score. You want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. They got the big play, then they cough it up. It seems to be disastrous, but his teammate is there to scoop it and score it.
Not much else I can add to that, partner. I'll just say one thing. We just saw momentum swing several times on one play.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other the scoop and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here comes Kyler Murray in his fourth NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a two-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
Kyler Murray had his Arizona Cardinals cruising in 2021, leading them to 11 wins, despite sharing a division with both of the NFC title game participants. It was also Arizona's first playoff appearance since 2015. Like his team, Murray's improved each of the last 3 seasons and would have set career highs across the board had he not missed a couple of starts.
First carry for James Conner. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last.
And right away, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right. And as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right, they're sticking to the game plan, get the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description. Nose just perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A first carry now. This is Williams. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have got it back to within a score. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The 40 before he's out of bounds. A Raider 1st down, Carter Renfro.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Room for Jacobs there on 1st down as he takes this one forward for a pickup of about 7. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that
touchdown! Hunter Renfro from 6 yards away. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. For this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw, it's Murray. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back, unsuccessfully.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This will be swung out here for Connor. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of 1st. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
That's taken on the 25. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Greg Dortch back deep. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat. A Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Connor. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, this is great work by a quarterback here. He's doing anything he can to avoid taking a square hit. I admire the way he worked his way through the initial contact and then continued downfield for good yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. On 1st and 10 is Counter, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Murray to Moore for the Cardinal first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Counter. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. Now Carr. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And they get him down, but but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He hits Adams, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, it's Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. The 20. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards 1. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 21-17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
That's good.
Now Carr. Caught outright by Renfro. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now a signal and a timeout called, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Now Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We start with Russell Wilson's first home game in a Bronco uniform. Houston in town to take on Denver. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. Tim Patrick, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to the West Coast and check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. A touchdown pass for Trey Lance in that one. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. These 2 coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, Raiders. Carr to Waller.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a play fake. Carr. Crossing route, and he's got his man. It's Renfro. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Throwing again on second down. Carr. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
One down.
From midfield, here's Carr. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Ertz has it left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Oh, fancy running by Murray. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This will be caught just inside the 10. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. He'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Carr going to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 4. He doubled down. He wound up getting 8.
And that was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Isaiah Simmons, boy, he can move all over the field. And he gets a tackle for loss there. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he rifles one incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Needed 13, and with a good spot, they got 13 and a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
First down, here's White. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start the drive with a give to Connor. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Flushed out right. Zacharias has it complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back in the 24. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
At that time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, You'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
And so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing now is Murray. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a give to Jacobs running right.
58 yards on the ground for him so far. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now he'll escape to his right, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun, and he's going to be stopped up just short of the 1st down at the Cardinals' 27. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there, and that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards yards there.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's Jacobs. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Jacobs again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are on their way to a 2-0 start. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Cardinal offense takes back over. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll throw from the gun. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray hurts over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Able to find Ertz. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, 57 yards. And the Cardinals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a solid run down inside the 30. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. J.J. Watt, tough to stop. He gets upfield and makes a play behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Las Vegas, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.